Hi, so now I will calibrate the current sensor of the flight controller. Let's do a calibration for a current and just double check if the voltage sensor is correct as well. So for that I will be using this small device, which is a high precision voltmeter and power analyzer. So in this lead we will connect the battery, and on this lead here we will connect the board itself. So this has to be connected between the battery and the voltage and current sensor, which in this case will be the flight controller itself, because the sensors are built in. So which is not the case if you have a Pixhawk or an Avio or any other board with an external current sensor. Okay, so this can be bought. Mine was bought in AliExpress. You can also find it in Banggood, Hobby King, and I believe in many other RC related shops. And we will also need the mission planner, because we will be connected to the flight controller via USB to check and compare the values shown here and shown here as well. So and then we will compare both values and fine-tune them if needed. Okay, so let's go. So right now I have I have the airplane connected to Mission Planner. The connection is established, and right away I see that there is already some differences. On Mission Planner I'm reading 12.92 volts, and on the device I'm reading 12.88, 87. So we can see that we already have some differences. Let's go into initial setup and battery monitor, and that's the value that we want to work with for the voltage. This is the voltage divider, and we will mess with this value in order to put the values on the mission planner, which are the values read by the by the flight controller, in the same value as this device. So after some adjusting on the values on the voltage divider, I found a number that correspond pretty much the values I'm looking for. So now I'm reading 1276 here, and there I have 1276 as well. So we are there. And for this board in particular, my divider value is 10.8188, and this is this flight controller. I don't think you can see it, but this is an F4 Pro V3 with Arduplane installed on it. Of course, it is Arduplane, otherwise I wouldn't be able to connect Mission Planner. So, to perform the current calibration, I do prefer to do it on Q-ground control software, because as I'm indoors, and because my flight controller will not arm the motors if it hasn't a good GPS lock, and because I'm indoors, I will never have a GPS lock. So I will I will deselect the GPS lock in here, which is on the safety tab, and I will deselect GPS lock right now, and as well as GPS configuration is not needed, but let's just disable anything related with GPS. And now I think I will be able to arm the motors. So let's check if it's true. And okay, it's armed. So now I will be able to run the motor. There it is. It's running well, so hopefully the wing will not run away. I hope. And I will throttle up and see on this reading here how many amps it's reading, and then compare with the amps shown here. Okay, so let's do it. Let's I will try to accelerate up to 30% of throttle, or maybe 40%. It will depend. Let's see. So I guess we have 0.3 amps of difference between this reading and the flight controller reading. So let's assume that this one is correct. So let's fine-tune the flight controller parameters until we have a good reading. So after some tries, I found the number 42.47 to be the most approximate value for this setup, and so let's try it. I will accelerate it. Actually, I do have to change this number to a 5. I do prefer the flight controller to read a little bit more than the real number, than to read below. So let's try it now. Still a little bit more. .8. Okay. Let's check it. So there is actually a very tiny difference between the real value and the value that is read by the flight controller, But as the flight controller is slightly higher than the real value, I will leave it like this, because as I said, I do prefer to have the flight controller to be reading more than the actual consumption, because it will alert me that I have an emptier battery that I actually have, which I do prefer, because in the case of an emergency, I do know that I have just a little bit more battery that I'm really seeing on the screen. So and also on the radio telemetry. Okay, so. As you can see, the difference is minimal, so let's keep it like that. So after this is done, don't forget to put again the GPS log configuration and configuration on the army checks. So with this, it will not let you arm the airplane if you don't have a GPS lock. This is a safety measure that I like to use, so you can use it if you want to. So that's it for now. Now you have an idea how to calibrate your voltage and consumption sensors to your flight controller using the Ardupilot or Arducopter. It's the same process. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.